This is a woman who has been frozen for 100,000 years, but the strange thing is that her skin is not dehydrated, and her pink skin even looks particularly shiny. When the doctor was checking her pupils, something even weirder happened. The woman's pupils actually responded to light, which frightened the scientists on the scene. Immediately pushed the EEG tester over. As expected, the results of the examination shocked everyone again. The woman who had been frozen for 100,000 years was still alive. In order to get the woman out of the ice as soon as possible, they turned on all the radiators surrounding the ice 360 degrees. As the temperature continued to rise, the ice cubes from 100,000 years ago slowly turned into mineral water. However, they found that the ice cubes were not melting fast enough, so they turned on the rotary switch of the electric heater on the wall and raised the temperature. Set to the highest setting, after a week of heating like an oven, the body of the prehistoric woman completely emerged from the ice. Her figure could only be described as wow. The doctor quickly transferred the woman to the operating cart, then cut open her clothes and gave her a comprehensive examination. But surprisingly, there was not a single frostbite on the woman's body, and the doctors quickly gave her first aid. After rescue, the woman's body temperature began to slowly return to normal, and even her heart rate and blood pressure were no different from those of normal people. With the doctor's continuous rescue efforts, the woman slowly regained consciousness. This time, scientists were shocked again. The woman was frozen for 100,000 years and yet she was still alive. The woman who woke up looked at the unfamiliar environment in front of her. Suddenly, she became extremely nervous. After the scientists calmed her down, they found that the wound left by the previous blood sampling had disappeared. Without time to think about it, they planned to analyze the woman's blood sample as soon as possible. But at this moment, something unexpected happened. When something happened, the scientists in the base fell to the ground one by one. After research, they found that Xiaomei had a prehistoric virus, just like Europeans infected Indians. Like modern people have no antibodies to this virus, in order to be saved. In response to the sick people, they planned to use Xiaomei's blood for analysis to find a way to eliminate the virus. Then they tried to communicate with Xiaomei, but unexpectedly, Xiaomei could roughly understand what they were saying, which made the scientists drop their jaws again. It only took Xiaomei a quarter of an hour to master their language. After learning that the scientist got sick because of her, Xiaomei felt very guilty. She ignored the warning of the scientist next to her and slowly walked to the sick scientist, slowly placed her hand on the scientist's chest, then slowly closed her eyes and activated her true energy. In just a few seconds, the scientist who was in a deep coma woke up instantly, and even the frozen parts of his feet recovered miraculously. Seeing the magical scene happening before their eyes, the scientists suddenly felt that science could not solve everything. In order to prove that Xiaomei has special abilities, they took Xiaomei to another room. And here is also a scientist who is infected by the virus. Xiaomei activated the Qi girl again, and the scientist's heartbeat instantly returned to normal. But Xiaomei suddenly became extremely hypocritical, and the scientists also discovered this phenomenon, so they quickly analyzed Xiaomei's blood again. During this analysis, they found that the white blood cells in Xiaomei's blood were decreasing significantly. If she continued to use her superpowers to save people, Xiaomei might die soon. Therefore, scientists decided not to let Xiaomei save people anymore, but to develop an antidote to the virus as soon as possible. But Xiaomei thought that she was the cause of all this, so she secretly used her superpowers to knock out the guard. Since all this was caused by myself, let me solve the problem in front of me. Afterwards, Xiaomei quietly walked into the dormitory of the infected scientists and activated her superpowers again. When others found out, all the scientists infected by the virus had recovered, but Xiaomei fainted on the ground. The situation was urgent, so scientists immediately put Xiaomei into a sterile cabin and sent her to an underground medical aid center. Fortunately, after some rescue, Xiaomei woke up from her coma, and now she knew the time she had left. There wasn't much left, so he told them a secret that had been buried for 100,000 years. So on the next day, the scientist came to a small town according to Xiaomei's suggestion, and indeed found an unusual place here. The sugar in the old man's house was about to overflow from his teacup, the woman at the front desk stared at a report for half an hour, and the chef even got 3 dishes wrong in 10 minutes. The three of them immediately realized that there must be something in the town. When several people went to the home of a missing doctor to investigate, a courier suddenly delivered a package. After Xiaoli slowly unpacked the package, she found a syringe with a mysterious drug inside. However, Xiaoli did not realize what it was. That night, the residents of the town next, they all went to a warehouse and waited for the second one. My God, when Xiaoli and her friends arrived at the warehouse, they found a blueprint of an alien spaceship. There is also a spaceship that is about to be completed in the warehouse at the back. When Xiaoli looked up the information, she realized that the reason why the people in the town behaved strangely was because the aliens controlled them all. So every night, the people in the town would be under the control of the aliens. Build a spaceship. If the spacecraft successfully flies away, more aliens will come to invade the Earth, and then all human beings will cease to exist. Xiaomei, who has the ability to heal herself, knew this, so she froze herself, and then told this secret to modern scientists, hoping that they could resolve the crisis. At this time, Xiaoli. Just as he was about to report to his superiors, he discovered that a group of mysterious people had surrounded his house. Knowing that he could not recover, he immediately took out the mysterious potion and injected it. Soon, Xiaoli was tied up by the mysterious men, and then they took out an alien creature from the box. Prepare to use this to control Xiaoli. Xiaoli's eyes, who were controlled by the alien creature, immediately emitted golden light. Soon, the other people returned to the villa, but they couldn't find Xiaoli. They immediately felt something was wrong, but before they could contact for support, someone suddenly appeared behind them. Then, after a flash of light, they were all tied to chairs by aliens. Just as the aliens were about to control them, Xiaoli suddenly appeared with the alien in her hand. The weapon stunned all the infected people. Because Xiaoli used the mysterious medicine in advance, she was not parasitized by the alien creatures. In order to thoroughly investigate the truth of the matter, she pretended to be controlled and took the opportunity to mingle among them. So with her efforts, the crisis of alien invasion of the Earth was successfully resolved, and the residents of the small town returned to normal.